large. So if you want to grab that, I mean, that's really so well made. We got to talk about these jeans though. I've been losing my mind all day since I came in today and saw this price point, because I already own these, and when I bought them, they were almost $77, worth every penny, because of the way they fit, the way they feel, the way they hold their shape throughout the day. It's not like at the end of the day, you can tell and they're baggy and saggy. They come up nice and high. They're right at my belly button, and they make you look so long and lean thanks to these details like the seam running down the front. They come in 2 different silhouettes too. So this is the flare, and then we also have the straight leg option available. Look at the pockets. Just a really cool design on these. It's so intentionally designed with you in mind to really accentuate your shape, flatter you, and feel amazing. And this price, unbelievable. Such a great entry point too. If you've never tried premium denim and you want to know what all the buzz is about, this is how you get it home now for $39.99. And these are a customer pick. Lots of color options to choose from. This is the mid-wash. This is the indigo, so that's the darkest of the options. This one is called washed black. It's more of a vintage look to the black. So that's washed black. This is saturated black, so you can see the 2 side by side. And then we also have it in this beautiful off-white. Same goes for the straight leg silhouette. I will warn you, if you want off-white, that's our most limited. There's about 300 left. These come in size 2 through 24, but they also come in petite, average, and tall. So petite is 26 inches on the straight leg, average is 29, and tall is 32 inches long. These are really cotton rich too, so they look incredible. They feel great, but for me, Marla, the big thing was how well it keeps its shape.
Well, that's because of how we use the fibers that are in our denim to your advantage. So there's 66% cotton in these, 28 poly, 4 viscose, and 2 span. I used to think, before I knew anything about denim, and clearly I still have to read my notes because I'm learning things all the time, and I love that jacket. But what makes these so important is that the way we spin the cotton, we use long staple cotton, and we test and test and test, and we rank significantly above industry average on both stretch and recovery. The maximum these will stretch is 3 inches. That's its maximum stretch.
Okay.
Now, have you ever tried on, let's say, a white jean or a black jean, and you go, ooh, these feel a little tighter than my washed colors?
Yes.
They will be. They will be. And I'm like, why can't we get these so they're all exactly the same? And they say, well, there's a reason. Because what happens is that denim is tested on a dark wash. But the more we wash and wash and wash denim, what happens to cotton that you wash? It gets softer and softer and softer. The softer it gets, the more it stretches, right? So it gets a little softer and a little stretchier, and that's why the lighter washes feel a little more forgiving. So if you're on the bubble, in the white, I do tend to, I'm very careful about, sometimes I'll go up a size, and you're about to lose us. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with you shortly, but I'm going to throw it back to you for now.
Okay, and I wanted to show you the inside on the waistband here. It actually has so much stretch, and that's one of my favorite things about these jeans. That was actually what put me over the edge to buy them, because look at all of the stretch that you get. And for me, it was nice because I can hang my mic packs on these. For you, it might be nice because you're tucking in layers, or you're going to wear them all day long. You don't want to take off your jeans at the end of the day and have evidence that you were wearing them. There's no reason we should have a super tight waistband constricting us all day long. So that is a really nice touch. It is your classic zip up. You've got your button fly. On the front here, these kind of angled pockets really add to the design, but they also keep things nice and smooth and streamlined. One of my favorite things is this seam that goes all the way down the front, because it makes you look so tall. You guys, I am 5'2", and I feel like I look 5'4", 5'5". Something about the flare, the seam down on the back. The pockets are actually up a little bit higher, so it gives you this kind of lifted look to the rear end. These are the details that you pay extra for, because they make you feel amazing when you wear them, especially if you haven't worn jeans in a long time because you just thought you couldn't anymore, because the cut is always too low, they gape, they get saggy. Invest in some premium denim and see the difference in how they feel, how they look on, and how you feel about yourself, how you carry yourself throughout the day. It makes a huge difference. Now, this is the straight leg that you're seeing on Andressa, so you do have two options. The straight leg is beautiful. It's not like a skinny jean. You see how she has room all the way from the knee down? We've got fewer than 500 total in the straight leg between all of the colors. This price is a huge markdown. These were originally $76.95, so it's a huge savings, but I love the way those look. Andressa, do you know, are you in the tall or the average? Average, okay, so she's 5'10". The average length is 29 inches long. Tall would be 32, and petite would be 26 inches. So everybody can wear these. Julia is wearing the flare option in the white. That's an off-white. It's beautiful, but it's very limited. Just keep that in mind. Julia wears a size 14. She is 5'10". And Andressa, I don't know if I said her size, she's in the 4. And she is a dress size 4. So everybody stayed true to size on these. There's so much movement and stretch to them. You really, in my opinion, don't have to go up or down. I stayed true to size as well. I stayed in the average length. I typically would be petite, but because of the flare and I wanted to wear a heel, I just went average. So Marla, did you find that you stayed true to size in yours or no?
It's interesting that you say that. I do. First I ordered just a regular, right?
Yeah.
And I happen to like an ankle length straight leg, right? If I'm doing a bootleg, I either want it like a kick flare and much shorter, or I'm going to either wear it with my combat boots or a little, some sort of a little teeny heel, because I'm not a big heel girl, or my denim. But I like my flares to break. Do you know what I mean by that? I want them to hit the top of my shoe. So I ordered talls in the flare, and I ordered regulars in the straight leg. But again, think about the bikini analogy. I am long-legged. So I know that a regular, even though I'm closer to the average height of the HSN customer, I'm very leggy. Right? Like that's all the body I got, and all the rest is legs. And that's just, which is, I love that. But it means that a lot of times pants run ankle length on me, and I've learned to really work with that. I love that with like little ballerina shoes, something simple, something easy. But the minute I put on a flare, I don't know what it's about. I either want like a big, thick lug sole, or I want what I consider a heel, and you all laugh at me because they're like maybe half an inch, but for me, that's a heel. I want a little bit of a heel, and I want them to break. So you can see on the girls, and it's so important not only to understand their sizes, but how really leggy and tall our models are. I love that we have these for everybody and every length. And you may want to play with them. If you want a full length, and you're a petite, you'll see how it fits you, but you may want to take advantage of our free exchanges and try a regular. Yeah. Yep. If you want it more cropped, you can do that too. So it's a good way to think about the length. I think that look right there where you're seeing her ankle, even with those gorgeous pumps, and oh my goodness, those are sexy. Look how a shoe like that turns a plaid jacket and a sweater and a pair of jeans into something totally different.
Isn't that funny? Just the shoe.
If she threw, just the shoe makes all the difference. If she put on a little tennis shoe with that, it's a different vibe. If she put some sort of a lug sole boot or loafer on, it's a different look. All these little details. Fashion's really about the details. It's details in the finish and the quality of the fabrics, how they're sewn, how many stitches per inch you're using. Yeah. And when we talk about denim, one of my biggest pet peeves, is people are talking about, look at all this stretch. Yeah. And have you ever noticed those jeans stretch, but then you have to wash them to get them back to where they were?
They don't recover. Yeah.
That is wonderful. That is what's really great about the denim we're using. We call it a performance denim because that poly that's in there, that's not some icky fiber. That is what gives them their performance, because it gives a little more structure to the cotton, helps them hold their shape, and mitigate shrinking.
Yeah, it keeps you from looking sloppy by the end of the day, too. There's nothing worse than that. At the end of the day, everything's stretched out. You got wrinkles everywhere. These will look like this all day long. So enjoy those. I cannot believe our price point on that. Again, $39.99. Even with that price, you still get 30-day returns and free exchanges as well. So perfect time to try these for the first time. If you want the straight leg though, those are on their way to sell out. We have 400 left total across all 4 colors. So about 100 in each. Now, I mentioned this earlier, but I'm going to highly recommend you head to our website and take a look at the jewelry that Marla Wynne brings us. If you love her whole aesthetic, you like clean lines, you like a little more modern, geometric, I mean, this jewelry is on point. They all look like gallery designer pieces, a mixture of metals and stone and natural materials like leathers and suedes. I mean, just gorgeous. So head to hsn.com. If you type in Marla Wynne, you can search the jewelry there. All of our jewelry, by the way, is still on 5 Flex Pay. So that is a big treat while you're doing your shopping. So take a look at that, but don't go too far. When we return, we're gonna talk about a weekly deal drop. We're gonna show you that beautiful topper that Marla's been wearing and more.